Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that's been buzzing around in economic circles. President Trump's claims about business investments and whether his tariffs are genuinely boosting the US economy. So grab your coffee, sit tight, and let's unpack this together. Now, if you've been following the news, you might recall Trump referring to tariffs as his favorite word in the dictionary. While that might sound amusing, it's clear that he's passionate about something else too: business investment. Just last month, he boasted that over $12 trillion had been practically committed during his time in office. That's a staggering figure, right? If true, it would dwarf the roughly $4 trillion in gross private investment reported for all of last year. But hold on a second. Are we really seeing a new golden era for the economy, or is this just political theater? Let's break this down. First off, it's crucial to remember that we're still early in Trump's presidency when it comes to evaluating these claims. The US government publishes statistics on business investment only quarterly, and what we've seen so far, like the numbers from January to March, show a strong jump influenced by various factors, including a Boeing strike. Yes, there was some growth, but many analysts suggest that it's not quite as dramatic as it appears. Take Stanford economist Nick Bloom's perspective. He argues that uncertainty is hanging like a cloud over business investment right now. He estimates that investment has dipped slightly, not drastically, due to high levels of uncertainty in policy directions. When companies feel unsure about regulations or potential tariff changes, they tend to hit the brakes on spending. And speaking of companies, let's look at Roche, a major player in the pharmaceutical sector, who recently announced plans to invest $50 billion in the US over 5 years. Sounds fantastic, right? But guess what? Some of those projects were already in motion before Trump took office. That raises questions about how much of this is actually attributable to his policies versus pre-existing plans. Now, let's talk numbers. Trump often cites massive investments from firms like Apple and Hyundai. And while there's a running tally of around $5.3 trillion in new investments from the White House, it turns out that number is inflated. When researchers at Goldman Sachs dug deeper, they found that actual new investment stemming from those announcements could be closer to $134 billion, and even less when you factor in risks associated with those projects. So why are companies announcing these big plans? According to Martin Chorzempa from the Peterson Institute for International Economics, there's a strategic play here. Firms can announce ambitious investments to curry favor with the administration without necessarily committing long-term. It's like saying, "Hey, look at us," while keeping one foot out the door if things don't pan out. But don't get me wrong, there are signs of change happening due to Trump's policies. His tariff threats have nudged some pharmaceutical firms toward increasing manufacturing within the US, an essential move for profitability. Yet these investments will take time. They won't materialize overnight and are often directed towards branded drugs rather than generic options that many Americans rely on. Now let's pivot for a moment. What does this all mean for the broader economic landscape? Economists like German Gutierrez suggest that while boosting investment is a noble goal, Trump might be misdiagnosing the problem. The decline in investment isn't solely due to global competition. Instead, it stems from industry consolidation where few large firms dominate sectors, reducing the incentive for competition-driven investment. And here's where it gets interesting. Many companies are shifting their focus toward cheaper investments like software, rather than expanding their physical infrastructure with machines and factories. This trend raises serious questions about whether tariffs can truly address these deeper issues affecting investment behaviors. In conclusion, while Trump may be making strides to encourage investment through tariffs and deregulation, there's a complex web of factors at play that complicate his narrative. The reality is more nuanced than headlines suggest. And as we continue to analyze these developments, it's crucial to sift through the hype and understand what's genuinely driving our economy forward. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this analysis engaging or enlightening, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more discussions on economics and politics. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think Trump's approach is paving the way for real investment growth or just smoke and mirrors? Until next time.